So I've been a part of this community for 39 years. So there was a real sadness that we would need to change, experience a lot of change to our identity. But I realized that the cultural identity of Journey that I might try to hang on to is really already gone. Because with Steve and Kathy and Patsy retiring from this ministry, no matter what, our shared social identity is as a church body is going to be different. And adoption by Eastside gives me a lot of hope. They have the people resources to grow disciples of Christ on the corner of Creek and Alton, and that is the point of our community and why we have existed as Journey Christian Church.
When we first started exploring this idea, one of my first thoughts, and maybe you'll have this thought too, is that this is my church, and I love my church, and I don't want my church to change. I felt kind of a resistance toward it, to be honest. And as I started processing these feelings, obviously, of course, this is not my church. This is God's church. A lot of my feelings were, kind of what another Jeremy used to say. Jeremy Dybel used to call it happy sad. I'm really excited for the new people who will be meeting God, returning to God, getting baptized. But I'm sad too about some of the traditions that won't be here anymore.
God is the master gardener, and He knows the times and seasons. Our church was planted by God over 100 years ago. We've gone through many, many seasons of change. Each of them God has been intimately acquainted with because He knows what needs to happen in each season of Journey's history. In the last few years, Journey has gone through a season of pruning. We've experienced some painful attrition in many areas of ministry and our needs. Pruning is preparation for increased fruitfulness, and I believe that God has been positioning us to be ready for a time of growth.
I've been attending Journey, previously Creekside, and before that Northside, for 25 years. And for that whole time, Steve has been my pastor. He's been a spiritual leader, spiritual guide, and I've just loved that time. And I've grown a lot during that time. I've grown under his leadership. So, as we were grieving and as we were moving through the grieving process, we began to look at the opportunities ahead of us, the opportunities that God was bringing us into. It became clear that this was a transition, a change, and with all the hard parts that go with that, but it was also a new beginning, a new start, a new launch, a new phase of this story that God's been telling in this church the whole time.
So I'm excited about the energy that Eastside will bring to our mission, and to see the building put to its full use for the South County community. So I'm really excited about this opportunity to be adopted by Eastside, and I really hope you all agree.
And that's what excites me, is having us be more effective and more going on here in this building again, seeing people come back to God and being on fire for impacting our community. So I endorse this proposal, and I'll be voting for it, and I hope you do too.
It was God who planted Journey in the corner of Alton and Creek many years ago, and I believe that it's a privilege that we get to be a part of what God will do here. I'm excited about this time of accelerated growth that's coming up, that we get to be invited to witness and also participate in what God is going to be doing through Journey and our adoption into Eastside.
Feeling sad, feeling a desire to hold on and go back is normal, I think. And so if you're feeling that, that's okay, but it's also hopefully going to become a feeling of hope, a feeling of growth, change, and something new God is doing here in this building and in this community. And so that's why I'm excited to see where we go next, what happens as we are adopted and merge with Eastside, and what the next part of the journey here is, whether it's called the journey or not.